What's up guys, Joel with Motors and Mischief. Behind me is my 1986 Ford F-250 that we bought for $200. Today, we're actually gonna try to make it run. Got the new motor back into it, and what I wanna do is fire everything up, make sure that the motor actually works after all the work that we did on it. Make sure we didn't mess something up. We did put a new timing chain on it and a few other things that were apart, with the heads off of it and the push rods out of it. So making sure that we got all those back in properly, making sure everything turns around correctly would be a good thing. So before we put the front end back onto the truck and lose access to the motor, I wanna make sure that we don't have to yank the motor back out to fix something, which I don't think, reseal something, which is possible, because I know for a fact that we nicked a little tiny spot on the rear main, and at the time I thought it's not in the channel, it'll be fine. In hindsight, I should have gone ahead and fixed it at the time, because yanking that motor back out to fix it is going to be a lot of work. But that's okay, we'll find out, and if it is, we got nobody to blame but ourselves. Cab is on, as you can see. This is where we did, this is right before we did the motor in Will's Focus, and we got a whole video on that. You can check that out, links down in the description. Anyway, now you can see that that cab is back on, looking sharp. We've got all the rhino lining on it that we did, and that looks fantastic. Very happy with how that came out. So what we need to do is get all these things back in where they belong that we pulled off for the rhino lining. And then we got to start hooking up stuff to the motor. We need starter, we need exhaust manifold gaskets, we need all the components on the front end, and we need to get the electrical all hooked back up. But hopefully, by the end of the day, we will be firing this thing up. So, enough jibber jabber, let's get to work. All right guys, slight change of plans. As I got to looking at this, I realized that we needed to paint the firewall before we put all the rest of the engine stuff in, because a lot of it, like the intake manifold, is going to hide it. So I'm sure you guys are sick to death of looking at watching me do cleaning and prepping, so I went ahead and did that off camera. We're going to go ahead and paint it though. I thought you'd like to see that. So we're going to paint all of this just because it's got that rust, or not the rust, but the undercoating spray all over it. We're going to go ahead and just spray over that with black so that it all looks nice and neat. And we're going to spray the top here because when you're looking down into the grill, you can see the different colors inside there, and I don't like that. So we're going to paint all that up, and then I've got everything else taped off so that we can paint around this thing and have it look really nice. So let's go ahead and paint that, and then we'll be ready to start putting the motor back together. Alright guys, all done with the painting and prep, so that looks a whole lot better. And obviously we'll detail that all up since it's plastic before the truck is totally finished, and obviously that's getting replaced, so that'll be all nice and clean, but the rest of it looks pretty darn good. I got the sides all dialed in so that they'll look good once the doors are on and everything like that. So that is all done. We are actually ready to start putting the motor together now. So first thing I think will be the starter, because that'll be hard to get to once the exhaust manifolds are on. So starter, and then exhaust manifolds, and then we'll start hanging the stuff in the front of the motor, water pump and accessories. Then we'll put the intake in, and I guess radiator and a couple other things. We've got to hook the transmission shift linkage up so the truck knows it's in neutral, and then we should be ready to try to start it. So let's see how fast we can get this thing together. All right, so one minor issue that I confess I kind of forgot about is that we have a motor out of an 87 and we have an 86 truck. So the blocks are the same and the heads are the same, but the accessories and the way Ford put them on are different. The F-150's motor, the 87, has a serpentine belt, a single belt, and the 86, the one that came in the 250, has multiple belts, well, the old-fashioned V belts. This box has all the 86 engine parts in it. This box has all the 87 engine parts in it. So we're gonna play mix and match, see if we can figure out what is the best combination of these parts to make the F-250 run and have the best accessories and stuff on the engine. So we'll sort through those as we put it back together. All right, let's get on that. So we have what's called a conundrum. We have two starters, and they both are remanufactured, and they both appear to have been installed fairly recently. This one appears to be newer than this one, but this one, this is out of the F-150, out of the 87 motor. That is a Napa remanufactured. And this one, as far as I can tell, is a no-name that was remanufactured in China. Napa makes really good stuff. I don't know if they remanufacture them in China or not, but I know I have a lot better luck with Napa stuff than with no-name stuff. So even though it's older, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the Napa one into it. And then I guess we got this as a spare if it doesn't work. They're not that hard to get to. What do you guys think? All right, I think Napa. Cross your fingers. Well, I won't be reusing this. Can you guys see that? Look at that. Good thing we got another one of those from the F-150, or from the F-250's motor. So it's sitting on it now, and I also found some of the sockets that I'd lost. So we'll go ahead and pull that off, clean it up, and replace that broken one. Alright guys, update time. Got the exhaust manifolds on both sides, and got the all the accoutrements that go onto there, like the oil stick and everything. So it's coming along quite well. Alright, what we got to do now is put on the harmonic balancer, which we have a brand new one of those right there, which is fantastic. And then we'll put the belt pulley on, and then probably put the water pump on, and then I'm working in the background painting up some of the rest of the pieces here, so we'll have those ready to go, and then we can put the front of that together. So yeah, that's the update. So back to work. Well, that was horrible. I don't know what the deal was. This water pump has a ton of extra holes in it that it doesn't need. So I'm imagining that it does that because it fits multiple engines. But oh boy, figuring out which ones worked, and the water pumps from the 87 and the 86 are both different. So yeah, it was it was a lot of work. I think at the end of it, we got it. I think it's all sealed up really well and it's going to work great. Worst case is it doesn't and leaks when we fire it up, so we'll know right away. But I think it's going to be okay. It's clearing the harmonic balancer there, and everything's sealed down. It doesn't use some bolts that I would have thought it used. Some of the ones that the old ones did, but there's no holes in the receiver. And we bought the front cover, and we bought those parts together. So I don't know. We're just gonna put it together like that and make sure it doesn't. Hopefully, it doesn't leak. So we'll see. It is about 8:15. I think that is enough for today. I was hoping we would have made a little bit more progress today, but with cleaning and getting everything ready to go, we did not. So it's okay. I am gonna go have dinner, and you guys, it'll just be a couple seconds for you, but it'll be tomorrow or possibly the next day for me. So see you shortly. All right, guys, it's a couple days later, and we ran into a problem. So notice on the front of the engine here, we've got two different pulleys. As we started putting everything back together, we realized that we lost a few things. So we are missing the power steering pump and the power steering pump bracket and the water pump pulley. I don't know where they went. Anyway, they're gone. So I decided, okay, no big deal. We'll just switch back to the V-belts. That'll be totally fine. So I went to find the crank pulley for the V-belt because we've got everything else. We got the power steering pump, we got the water pump pulley, we got all the stuff. Can't find the crank pulley anywhere. So started watching the old footage and found this. Yep, that's our crank pulley going into the back of the F-150, which then in turn went to the dump. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I was thinking that we were going to keep the, we were going to convert to the serpentine style, so I didn't need it, or if I just didn't notice it was on there. Probably just didn't notice it was on there. But that sucks because that piece is worth like $100, and we definitely should have hung on to that even if we didn't think we were going to need it, because we could have sold it. Because that part's worth $100 and they're difficult to find on eBay, and I can't find them anywhere else, a new power steering pump and bracket and the water pump pulley that we need is about $100. So I thought if we're going to go with the, if we got to spend $100, might as well get a new power steering pump out of it and get to go ahead and upgrade to that serpentine belt. So that'll make things much better. Anyway, those parts are on their way, and we are not going to get the truck running in this video. I think that was a wildly optimistic hope, and it's just not going to happen. We've also got, though, I did order some additional parts that we need, some steering components and also some new studs. Felpro makes studs for the exhaust headers to connect the headers to the exhaust system, which two of ours are broken. So we're going to go ahead and those will be here. Actually, those are here today, so we can go ahead and install those. And yeah, we just got to wait on the rest of that power steering stuff. So we will hold off on getting the rest of the front of the motor. We're going to switch over to steering stuff. We got to get the steering box cleaned up and painted, put back in the truck, and then we'll go ahead and put that steering gear on it that we ordered, because that should be, some of it's here right now, some of it's supposed to show up today, so we should have it before the video goes back to, before we get to the end of the day today. And yeah, then when the rest of that power steering stuff shows up, we'll hook the rest of the engine back together and hopefully make this thing be able to run. So, all right, let's get on the power steering. Okay, we're changing out those exhaust manifold bolts, and there wasn't quite enough room, so because we don't have the cab bolted down yet, we just jacked it up, made ourselves plenty of room here to work, and those are coming right out. So that's awesome. We'll go ahead and swap those, I'll do the same on the other side, and then those will be done. We can hook the exhaust up to the headers. I was gonna run it with open headers when I thought we were gonna be doing the, you know, it was gonna go back together a lot faster than it is, but now that we're waiting on parts anyway, we'll go ahead and get that part hooked up, and then it'll be running through its exhaust system. All right, so on those bolts, we are going ahead and replacing all of them. So we're pulling the old ones out that aren't broken and putting all new ones in just because we can't enough to do all of them. So I already put the ones in on the passenger side. This is what the new ones look like. So they come with the new stud, new bolt, and that's what the old ones look like. They're a little longer, but they fit just fine. So, all right, let's get this side in. All right, exhaust is on. The exhaust pipes are bolted up to the exhaust manifolds with those new bolts we got, and that part's ready to go. All right, guys, it is later in the evening. Quick update for you. It has gotten incredibly cold. My goodness, the temperature has dropped down. I think it's like 30 degrees outside. It's supposed to get colder. So it's cold here in the garage. That's okay. We're not gonna let that stop us. We're gonna keep working. We're not gonna let the cold slow us down. What I'd like to get done in order to, before we wrap this video up, since we are clearly not going to be able to make this thing run, and we were wildly optimistic to expect that we would, I think a good stopping point will be to put the steering components into the front. We've got brand new, let me show you, we got brand new steering parts here. They look like this. Look how heavy duty. Very nice, those are awesome. So we'll get those replaced. And then the steering will be working on Roscoe, and also the engine exhaust will be all hooked up. And then we should next video be able to get those components that we're missing and be able to make this sucker run. So it's a little cramped here in the garage. We are working on doing a little bit of project Grand Cherokee at the moment. So as you can see, we've got the entire interior of that thing pulled out, chasing some electrical issues. And look, we power washed the carpet. Look how nice it came out. So looks like brand new. Do a little bit of vacuuming, one more vacuum on that, and then a little bit of brushing, and it'll look brand new. So all the stains and everything came out of it. Yeah, but that's it. So let's go ahead and get going on steering components. Okay, normally when I'm trying to match old stuff with new stuff, I put the new stuff together and try to make it exactly the same length, and then it's going to be pretty close, right? Well, in this instance, we don't have these guys. Those have to transfer. I didn't buy new ones of those because there's no need. Those are perfectly good. So what I did is I traced around on this piece of cardboard the approximate dimensions of this piece, and yeah. Then we'll put the new one in there, and that'll get it close. Like I said, we're gonna have to do a alignment on this thing anyway. It's getting new tires. There's no way we wouldn't put an alignment on it. But, you know, we don't want to be crabbing sideways as we go to an alignment shop. So let's do that. It's reverse thread. Goes the other way. That's why it's so hard. Duh. All right, guys, that's it. We are done. Can't Can't make any more work on this because I need to get this video uploaded for you guys. So I think this is an excellent stopping point. We got that front steering on. Check that out. That looks terrific. Still got to tighten everything up, but I'll do that while you guys are taking it easy. And we'll go ahead and call that a wrap. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much. Like, subscribe. We love you. Peace. All right, guys, that's it. Hey, what the crap? Why am I sideways? What is up, guys? This is Joel with Motors and Mischief. Let's try that again. This Raptor liner is great stuff. You can put it anywhere. You can put it on metal, you can put it on concrete, you can put it on wood, you can put it on the bottom of your shoe, which happened accidentally when I put it on the ground and then I walked through it and it's still there. What's up, guys? Joel with Motors and Mischief. You got something on your face. Hey guys, let's see. Hang on, turn that off. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. That's it. We're out. We're done. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Nice job. Everybody worked really hard on this one. This one was great. Thanks so much. All right, we're out.